Oh, I'm exhausted. Oh. Hello. Hello. I'm just getting back. Well, it's been a few minutes, but I'm not too far from being just getting returning to my hotel room. Smells a little funny in here, but oh well. I promised a post-concert um, stream to just kind of capture my thoughts on it. 콘서트 되게 좋았어요. Of course, it was very good. It's, I wish the seats were closer, but that was the best I could do at the time. And then, to be honest, can't really complain. I was there. I was happy to be there. So, very little complaints to be had considering I was able to attend the concert itself. So, not really too torn about it. Oh man. Although I'm still recovering from my cold. So screaming was not the best idea. Or not screaming, but yelling at least was not the best idea, I should say. Hello! Hi. I'm gonna let people trickle in. As soon as I heard they say they're gonna show a little bit of Naraola, and I was like, what? And then they said that in Korean, so I was like, oh. So I was like the first to grab my phone as quick as possible to record because I wasn't recording the entire thing just to try and preserve battery life, and and then the translator said, "We're gonna show you a little bit of Fly High," and everyone's like, "Woo!" I'm already ready. I heard it. Naraola. um, I'm guessing it was the first time they did the Fly High thing on this concert, so I was like, I highly doubt they knew I was there, but they must have had some kind of feeling that it was about time to do Fly High. So I can't complain. The only thing I wish they did was also sing it, but it's okay. Like, beggars can't be choosers. Oh. Ah. Now I'm just really like sad about having to take a flight at 6 a.m. Oh. This translator was a lot better. Last one sucked. The one I reacted to. This one was a pretty sharp translator and very quick and didn't stutter. Sometimes I couldn't really hear her, mainly because the crowd was getting really rowdy and she was trying to translate over that. But in general, she did great. I think she did better than I would have, because I kind of get too literal with my translations and then I have to rephrase it, but then the literal translation gets stuck in my head and then I can't make it sound like nice. By the way, did I really trash talk? I get it. I did say they need a better translator. This translator sucks, is what I think I quote unquote what I said. Hello. Ugh. Hello. So I had to get out of my shell and I started talking to. So when I bought my ticket, I knew. Well, first I bought that specific ticket because anything closer had to be sold in a pair or more. Hello, I'm alive. Yes, of course I'm alive. Remember, I'm emotionless. Tear ducts are dried up. All that fun stuff. um, so when I bought my ticket for this specific spot, it was two spots remaining, and it was one of the only spots I could buy only one ticket of the two spots. Anything closer required me to buy both tickets, and I was like, I can't afford to pay $600 for one trip. um, so basically, I knew the person sitting to my right is there alone because they had to buy that one ticket on their own. So I knew this. So I got there, and he was already sitting there, and I just kind of chatted with him, and it was fun. And we got to make a friend of sorts. Really cool, down to earth guy. 부러 부러워 부러워 안 해도 될 것 같은데. I mean, 그 한국에서도 콘서트 곧 할 것 같다고 생각하니까. How how Dreamcatcher made you feel right now? Um, it's a mixed emotion of I wish it was longer, but it was 2 hours. It was a very quick 2 hours, and happy because they seemed really happy on stage. They seemed to genuinely be having a good time um, performing their concert, and that translates to the fans. And I could tell, especially like um, for some reason, Yuyeon was smiling a lot and doing a lot of these poses, and maybe it's just because I haven't seen a lot of uh, content prior. Uh, but Yuan was very expressive. Chiyu always expressive. Sua always expressive. They were all very expressive, right? And um, it was very nice to see them appear to have a great time when doing what they're doing. Thoughts on their vocals? I read snippets of people saying they're going extra hard on this, and I understand why. And I was wondering if it's because the mixing was a little louder on their vocals and the backing track even less so. But I feel like what they did was, well, let me back up and say, I feel like Tommy went really, really extra hard on her vocals this time around. She was by far the standout in terms of vocal um, energy, so to speak. It's just because she was going way beyond what she normally would have done. I feel like Jiu, I could hear her very clearly, very nice. Yun always going all out, Xion going all out, Sua going all out. Kayon sounded great, Handong sounded great. They all sounded really good, and I think it's the mixing. I think it was higher. The backing track was there, but you could clearly hear them singing, and it was very well done, mixing wise. Excuse me, jeez, I'm gonna cough here and there. Will you be doing a concert review video or something like that? Yes. So what I did for the Stray Kids concert was I basically on my normal format I just played all the recordings I had of the concert and just kind of did my usual format of reacting, but instead of reacting, I'm talking about it because I already watched it in firsthand. So I plan on doing that for Dreamcatcher. It's gonna be a long video. It's 2 hours of songs. Well, actually, I chose not to record everything. Like I took only half of certain songs or the first verse of first half of certain songs, mainly because I wasn't sure if my battery would make it because as I was recording, my phone was getting really hot. But I'll definitely do some kind of review in the next few days here. Windy, glad you went to the show with the Fly High snippet. I was just talking about that, as if it was meant to be. It'd be amazing if they knew of my existence and they're like, Andy's going to this one and he loves Fly High. Of course, that's not what it was, but if it was, that'd be so cool. I think it's luck that it happened to line up this way. I'd be curious to see what they do on the next concert, which is the LA concert. Who surprised you the most? It's a really good question. So from all the groups I've reacted to Dreamcatcher the most, including clips because there's a lot of those out there. And because of that, I feel like I had a good idea of everyone. If I had to say surprise, like interaction surprise, I think was Yuyeon. I think she was way more um, interactive with the audience than I've seen her from the videos I've seen of her. And then I was actually a lot very surprised with how um, expressive Kayan was with each member. Uh, it seems like she's happier to nowadays, more relaxed with like kind of joining their antics, right? Like doing the butt shakes, the booty shakes, and the touchies and the interacting with each other. So those were the interactions that surprised me. I think even still, after knowing Shion's vocal range and her ability, how easily she's able to reach those notes and how loud she gets is still very surprising to me, and even more so than that I saw it live. Um, yeah, it's surprising is a tough thing to say, but I think I was in general. Everyone has some aspect of how of surprise in them. I think Tommy was even cooler than I anticipated her to be, if that's possible. But she seemed cooler. Yeah, it's like, um, and Handong's live vocals are. There's just not enough of it because a lot of the songs don't have a lot of lines for her. But when she does sing, she's very stable and very loud. Speaking of cough drops, I better grab one. I actually only had two so far. Excuse me. Now I just gotta find where they are. Hold on. Cough drops. Where are thou? Cough drops. Found it. Did you get any songs spoiled? No, I knew every single song thanks to the help of the Discord family telling me what songs I missed or haven't heard yet. So I actually knew every song. Reason 떼창 열심히 하셨나요? I tried. 열심히 해봤는데 목소리가 갈라고 시작해서 감기가 아직도 다 안 나서 좀 크게 소리 지르기는 좀 힘든 편이었어요 오늘은. For those that don't know what I just said, I tried to do the chanting of for Reason as best I can, but my voice was a little weak to do so, thanks to the cough and the cold that I'm still recovering from. So unfortunately, it was not. I was not able to do as much as I hoped. Are you expecting when you start the Dreamcatcher journey that you will end up watching the concert at some point? Will Chan, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Was I? When I first reacted to Dreamcatcher, I wasn't sure if I liked them because my reaction to Boca was very mixed because the song had no indication of rock, at least to me, until the chorus hit, and I thought that was too sudden of a change in the song. Of course, now it's a different story. I like Boca and I like Dreamcatcher a lot. So when I started the Dreamcatcher journey, I had no idea. And this is definitely not the end of the journey, right? Still just end the progress of the concert, just a highlight of my journey, I think. 긴 영상 좋아요. I know you guys follow my channel because you enjoy long videos, and I enjoy making long videos. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why my channel grows slowly is because I think a lot of people don't know they like long content until they watch a long content video like myself. It's my personal opinion. I'm not sure if that's true, but definitely my format is the rarer format where I listen to the same song enough to make it a 30 to 50 minute video. Maybe the video review will be 3 hours long. I have no idea. Maybe, maybe not. I'll figure out how I want to do it. I mean, I think if I didn't record much of the talking sessions. I wanted to just kind of enjoy that myself without having a camera, like the burden of holding a camera and focusing on it. So because of that, I'll have to see if I could remember some of the talking stuff or go to other channels. Maybe Queen, Yeti and the Queen recorded some of those parts that I could piggyback off of. But definitely, I don't know how long it'll be, but there definitely will be one. It might be multiple parts, or it might be fairly quick. I'm not sure. 앞으로도 드림캐쳐 대한 관심 계속 가져주시면 감사하겠습니다. Bye bye. Bye, Sumin. Yeah, it's of course I'll continue to enjoy the Dreamcatcher stuff, and I'll keep exploring them. I'm not done with Dreamcatcher in the least bit, especially since they're my ultimate group. There's a lot of B-sides I still have to get to. There's a lot of Wonderwall content I need to get to. There's a lot of stuff still. And also that the non-musical stuff. Of course, I like Silent Night's ending. You know, I think I really liked the first song they performed today, which was Chase Me. I actually liked that. I actually liked it more today than I ever did in the past. I liked how the song, how they started the concert with them just, that's with the song starting. And then I would say New Days was another standout. I actually liked the song a lot. I actually listened to that in the plane a lot on my way to Oakland. And then Wind Blows was fantastic, of course. I think if I had to choose one favorite performance tonight, it might likely will be Wind Blows, actually. And they killed it on Reason as well, because that's a demanding song. Did your legs cramp up after Silent Night? Mine cramped up after it almost fell down. Oh no. My legs weren't cramping, but my feet felt numb. For some reason, I wore these shoes that are more newer and they're not really broken in. So my legs were not very. My legs felt okay, but my feet were like numb for a little bit. So whenever I sat down, the blood circulation came back, but definitely. So the one bad thing about today's concert was that some darn 6 foot something Asian dude happened to block my field of vision to the middle of the stage for a good half of the concert, or something like that. It was very frustrating, but oh well. Casper, no, the translator today was far better than I was. I think a lot of the what Dreamcatcher is expecting, I think a lot of it is actually scripted. Not scripted, but the translator likely has an idea of what's going to be said. Of course, there's the impromptu or the off script stuff, but I think a lot of what is being said is actually fairly consistent. So if that's the case, then I could probably translate just fine, and I'll also improvise on the parts that are new. But the translator today did, I think, really well. There was I don't remember what concert from what performance on one of my videos, but I definitely remember calling out a translator for sucking really bad at being a translator. Hey, if Dreamcatcher would hire me, okay, I'll definitely go. I guess it would depend on if I could get enough Zomnias to follow my channel, and then we could go and to the Dreamcatcher company and say, hey, use Andy as your English translator, not only for your English lyrics, but also for your concerts. As if that's viable. Do you think that, no, what did you think of their performances with choreo versus their songs without choreo? Actually, I really like Dreamcatcher's choreo. So I would say today I really liked watching their songs with choreo. Personally. Agreed on the instrumental intro. Did you like the outfits and who looked the best? No bias, please. What are you asking of me? um, honestly, I thought I liked Chiyu's outfit. It was she had like a blouse, like a long blouse type of thing that was only tied up, buttoned up like partially, and she had uh, jean denim shorts and but I think it was her pigtails that were getting me because if you guys don't remember, Jiu having pigtails on Windblow's performance video is what made me bias her, and so I think Jiu's pigtails might have an effect. I can't be unbiased, I think, on this. Oh, you're right, Silent Night. Primavera is on the list now. Any of your grades change after tonight's show? Oh, it's a very good question. I'll have to I'll have to come back to that because I think if it's possible, Wind Blows is higher than I thought it would be. Chase Me actually grew on me a lot after watching the performance of it. Actually, now that I think about it, I'll have to think about it when I do my sit down and review of the footage that I took and the songs and everything. I'll have a better idea of how to answer that actually. As a GU bias, I think outfits of GU stand out every stage. It does. Although I have to say, Handong being sleeveless and having her tummy out is it just exemplifies how buff she is and how in shape she is and um, how much work and time she puts into her body is very evident. Although I heard people say Handong denies working out, but she's definitely buff Handong for a reason. How was the crowd? Passive or loud? I think passive would be the incorrect term to describe them, and I think loud is probably apt. At least where I was sitting is right, basically in the almost in the middle. The crowd was pretty loud. There were times where my left ear, um, if something's too loud, your hearing becomes like scratchy. That's my left ear did that quite a bit today. Partly from the crowd, partly from I think the mixing of the music. And my only gripe with the concert was I think they probably should have lowered the treble a little bit. But I realized after going to Stray Kids and now Dreamcatcher, having the treble up is actually a trend for concerts, likely, and it probably helps accentuate their voices a little more. Uh, Glad you have. Thank you for being glad. I had fun. It was fun. Handong kills all of us, indeed. Toying is that she doesn't work out. Personally, I don't trust her. Me too. The evidence says otherwise, right? Yeah. It was loud. Winbow's chant was really loud. They did a great. The Somnia did a great job of representing, for sure. FYI, Ayan and the Queen skipped the last two stages and came back today. He, of course, in the front row. Of course, he's in the front row. Yeah, right. They probably wouldn't have a live band travel with them, though. Um, I would assume. But yeah, a live band would incredibly increase the music, in my opinion. Because Stray Kids concert, not every song, but many songs had a live band behind it, and that was amazing. So yeah, absolutely. I hope Dreamcatcher, or I could catch them. I don't mean to put that pun in there. I hope I could watch Dreamcatcher doing a live band version live in concert. But yeah, it was. It's kind of like I had this feeling with Stray Kids where I felt like I have accomplished a life goal and became fairly um, depressed on Stray Kids. I'm not saying I'll be depressed on Dreamcatcher, but I'll definitely have a moment of what's next with Dreamcatcher, because this is so far from my adventure of Dreamcatcher. This is the peak, right? Like I watched them in concert. No, Ming Sumbaneems did not come out today. Yes, post-concert depression. That's a good way to describe it. It's tough. So I got that with Stray Kids for a little bit, and honestly, it might still be hitting me a little bit. Stray Kids, because definitely my um, I'm I'm definitely doing less Stray Kids content than I used to because I think it's partly that depression. True, I guess until I see them from the front row and have eye contact with several members, I would not be peaking. But for now, up until this point, Dreamcatcher peak is where I'm at. They stay absurdly busy coming up with new content and stuff where, yeah, we are. Somnias are incredibly well fed. I think that was really a lot of the Somnias that were commenting on my earlier Dreamcatcher videos definitely said that the Somnias have a lot of content and are well fed. Yeah, you're likely right, Bird, about that. DC always seems to be busy. Somnias are well fed with content. Hey, concert, post live concert, yay! Post concert live. Maybe I could do the next meet and greet. Maybe I won't, just for the sake of making sure I'm alive by the end of the day. I was actually talking to Rake about this. Rake is the person that talked to me about joining the what's it called? The pre-concert cafe gathering for Handong and Tommy Day, because their birthdays are in March. He actually gave me two. I might as well show you actually. Oh, two cards. Where are they? Did I lose him? I hope not. Where did you go? I would be upset if I lost them, but I'm pretty sure it's just buried in my wallet somewhere and I can't find it. Very sad. Or did I put it in my backpack? Oh. Backpack? I don't think I put it in my backpack. It must not be in my backpack. Why would it be here? Because it's in here. Of course. So, Rake gave me these. He had a binder of them, and I don't really care for cards, but you know, I didn't want to take many to be respectful, so I just chose the first two biases. I don't know what to do with these things. I'm not sure where they're gonna go. If they're in my wallet, they'll be destroyed, so they're not going in there. I don't have a wall to place them in, but these are nice pictures. Oh! So thank you, Rake, for that as well. Excuse me. Let's see. They upload like 2 to 3 videos every week. There's almost too much, lol. And there's stuff like this, Chiyu photo coming soon. It's like, when did y'all even do this, though? You seem so exhausted. Hopefully you get better. Thank you. I'm I'm just sick. That's all. Are those the real ones? I don't know. Are they real? What do you mean? Are there fake ones? They have this on the back, if that proves if they're real or fake. I think they're real. I think Rake got them from events and such in the past. There were actually a lot of free photo cards being given out as well. Of course, like I said, I don't really have a place for them, and so I would rather have other people that have a place for them to take them, so I didn't take any of those free ones. But Rake seemed happy to be able to give a few of these cards away, so I was like, I'll take them for sure. So thank you, Rake. Ah, I see. There are self-made ones. Stick the... The wife would probably be like, what the heck is this? No, they wouldn't go on my fridge. They would be probably just on my desk somewhere. But I have to make sure they're next to like Stray Kids or something, because I don't want my wife to think that I'm like admiring. So she doesn't get that my admiration and my adoration. What is the word? My fandom. My stance with Dreamcatcher is that I like them purely as fans, and I have no like real like some people admire female, like the opposite sex, the one they're attracted to, a lot, to the point where they're kind of like attracted to them, I feel like. And don't get me wrong, they're pretty. But I'm purely a fan of theirs, but I don't think my wife quite understands that. So that's why I wouldn't put photo cards on my fridge. Yeah, romantically obsessed is probably a good way to phrase that. And there are times where like Jiu and Sua specifically like make me flustered, but it's definitely not from like some kind of fantastical romanticized way. It's just like they just know how to give fan service, and as a fan, it sometimes makes me blush. But I mentioned this, I think, I don't know if I mentioned it in a reaction, but I was driving and my phone is synced up with Android Auto on my car, And so when on Discord, a message that mentions me got went up, and on the photo of the icon that pops up had Jiu on it, and Jiu's face on it is on it, and my wife's like, "Who's that?" I'm like, "Oh, that's so and so from Discord," and she's like, "Is it she?" I'm like, "No, no, 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 it's a dude." That's actually a picture of a member from Dreamcatcher, and she's like, "Oh." It was actually very funny. Hi, Panic in the City or Tomas. So yeah, I thought that was very cute and funny, but I don't know if that she would say that like I don't think she quite gets my enthusiasm. Like as someone said, is for Dreamcatchers very much from a fan's perspective and purely only a fan's perspective. Discord getting enjoyable. I guess so. Yeah, just gotta respect, you know, each other, and I think doing not putting Dreamcatcher photo cards on my fridge is a way of respecting her a little bit as well. Anyways, it's funny. If I did it, I think she would laugh at it, but just not really worth the effort. I'd rather just put it next to my Stray Kid photo cards that I got for my sponsorship. Ugh. What time is it? So I'm gonna have a hard cutoff at 11 p.m. local time, which is 13 minutes from now, because I gotta wash and go to sleep. When is your flight back? It's 6 a.m., which means I need to be up around 3:45 to just get dressed and call the Lyft or Uber and get out of here to the airport. Ugh. I'm trying to think of like what else was fun from the concert. um, I wasn't really enthused about buying the 6 a.m. flight, but the any time after 6 a.m. flight was like a $200 increase in plane ticket cost, and I did not want to pay that, so I thought I'd just sacrifice a few hours of sleep instead. I didn't record that part, Mosey, which was very unfortunate because basically to summarize, and I think maybe Gary and the Queen has already uploaded that part, but they were doing the crowd interaction about left side versus right side, who could scream louder, and then trying to find who could laugh like Sua, and then they said, "Wait a minute," Sua was saying, "I think we can't lose to Somnias. We got to do our scream as well." And so they were all like getting ready, and on one, two, three, we're gonna scream to each other, to the Dreamcatcher members, and one, two, three, scream, and only Chiyu screamed, and she got pumped, I guess. They did her. They really did her dirty. Indeed, they did do her dirty. And Jiu was actually visibly a little embarrassed about it, but it was all in good fun. A lot of light sticks at the concert. Yes, I would agree. I wish I had one, but I just can't justify paying $100 for one. Unfortunately, I'm not at the stage in my life where I could splurge a little bit. With baby and all, and another one on the way. I gotta start saving so we could pay the medical costs, and we're gonna hire a nanny for a couple weeks or a couple months to help us out with the newborn and cooking and everything, amongst other things. No, I did not. I chose not to buy any merch, not even a T-shirt, um, just to stay conscious of. I actually spent. I'm gonna be spending more on transportation that I anticipated, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna bite the bullet and not have any merch this time around. Oh, excuse. Um, the merch was kind of weak in my opinion. None of it really, like drew me. Like the T-shirt was just either black or white with purple writing on it for the concert dates, and then they had a hoodie version of that, and then they had light sticks. I don't think there was much else. Jerseys as well, which was like $90. Oh, I noticed other people somehow set up some kind of PO box or something. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna do that. Thank you on the congratulations. Yeah, it's good news. I'm gonna have a daughter, so when she's born, she'll be born in September or so, and that just warning, by the way, come September and maybe even a few months after that, my capacity to record is going to significantly shrink, and I will apologize in advance several times because there might be possible that I may not be able to upload for several weeks at a time. Did more people recognize you at the venue? Nope, only 3 total. One of which invited me to the event to begin with, and then one person introduced themselves and said, "Hey," and then another gal also said, "Hey, I know you," and that was it. My fame, it's rising. Of course not. It's from the venue, only 3 people recognizing me is actually relieving, to be honest. A boy and a girl, trouble, lol. Yes, we're both. I'm happy to have one of each, but I'm also. I bet my son would have had a much more funner time with a boy than a girl, but they'll have to. No, Kion will forever be my youngest daughter from a Dreamcatcher perspective. My first impression about Dreamcatcher concert is I wish there was more live content that I could consume from all the members. I don't know, it's like I the most impressive thing is they sound good live. Like not and I've heard the video reactions, but definitely something about seeing them live in concert was a little more special. Did you like the venue compared to Stadium? Good question, actually. So Stray Kids was in an arena, so much larger, and this was more like a Paramount theaters in general are kind of more for like musicals or orchestral stuff. So it is smaller. And I think it was fine. I mentioned to the person that was sitting next to me that the difference, in my opinion, and the why I can't really compare the 2 concerts from Stray Kids and DC is because Stray Kids is JYP, backed by JYP, right? And JYP is a big. They have a lot of money, and they have a lot of fans, and they have the funding for more production, right? More props, more cameras, more interaction with screens. They have like gigantic screens where the people that are sitting far away. It's like a complete production, And Dreamcatcher's concert is primarily them performing, and they have a semi-large screen in the back, but no live cameras or anything like that. And so the intimacy is a little higher from the venue that we were at today. Um, Intimacy is a weird word. Um, uh, it felt. Thing is, Stray Kids didn't feel like they didn't feel like it didn't feel lack there was a lack of intimacy, like in terms of like how close you felt to them as fans to artists. But I feel like Dreamcatcher's concert, probably just by nature of the venue, it was a little closer feeling to them. Interesting logic, Bird. Uh, Bird Watcher, yeah, bullshit. Uh, Maybe you can get to the special clips for each member sometime in the future. I will definitely. Um, in order to complete my Wonderwall adventure, songs from each member, and from the little bits and pieces I heard of those songs, I'm really looking forward to um, hearing them full version. Um, Ivy Shy, it's a good point. I don't think that's necessarily true, mainly because in terms of boy group versus girl group, because I think lately girl groups are just dominating the market. Am I wrong? Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I would agree with you that um, boy groups would have more fans that would be able to dedicate their time to them. I think for some reason, like for example, female fans would historically, from what I saw, like they're more ready to support their groups more than the guys. Like as in like attending concerts, memorabilia, all that stuff. I don't know. That's like past preconceived notions. So maybe it's different nowadays, but I don't know. Feels more personal. Yeah, it's a good way to say it. My seat was basically in the middle left and right, and then middle front and back. The venue wasn't large per se, so it's not like I didn't get any good views of them or anything. But I think I was closer to them to Stray Kids when I was at the Stray Kids concert, or at least it felt that way compared to the Dreamcatcher concert. Oh no. I never left, but maybe the streaming stopped. Sorry. Hotel Wi-Fi sucks, I guess. My battery's still alive and well, thankfully. 30% left. 1 minute left, though, anyway. Thank you, Wendy. Um, how was it from 1 to 10? 10. I think. Well, the only thing to improve upon is probably my seat. Um, Probably would have liked to be closer. Not front row closer, but maybe just the first section closer. I'm not sure. Um, there were times where I wish I could see them a little clearer. I also discovered that my phone could do 20 times zoom, not 10 times. But when you do 20, it's really hard to stay stable. So I kind of didn't do much of that. All right, guys. 11 o'clock, cutoff time. I need to wash and sleep, and then catch my plane at 6 a.m. I need to turn this AC off. It was warm when I got here, but now it's, I think, making me cough more. Off. Off. Thank you, Pukshik Gale. Oof. Have good sleep. Thank you. Good night, everyone, or good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, whatever time it is. By the way, thanks to all of you guys for supporting my channel and all the enthusiasm about me going to this concert. It was fun, and I'm looking forward to talking to you guys more about it. But for now, time for Andy to wash and sleep. Good night, guys.